Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I'm back with more news and commentary you can use. Listen, I was talking about cybersecurity, the alleged cyber attacks that our several U.S. Government agencies were impacted. Listen, y'all, my phone, I had to clear some memory, so that's why it just stopped recording all of a sudden. But thank you for coming back. Listen, I'll put a link in the comments. Make sure you watch part 1. But I was just getting ready to tell you all before the video stopped. I was just getting ready to tell you all about in Louisiana, okay, Louisiana, in the state of Louisiana, residents with driver's licenses, IDs, car registration had data exposed in a cyber attack. Okay, now allegedly this is happening not only in the U.S. but all across the globe, all across the world. I'm asking the question, what's going on? Why aren't they telling us more about what's happening? Okay, I'm telling you, I'm sharing this information with you because I'm not seeing this as a part of like headline news. Okay, so if all of this is going on and it could potentially affect the American people, why aren't they telling us the truth and being honest with us and transparent about what's going on? Okay, the state of Louisiana, y'all, listen, all Louisiana residents, okay, not just the residents excuse me, not the residents in this city or that city, or in North Louisiana, South, Eastern, Southern, Eastern, Western, okay, all Louisiana residents, they're saying, are urged by the Louisiana Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness to quickly take steps to protect themselves after their data was breached in an OMV cyber attack. Okay, did y'all hear what I said? That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, they didn't say some residents over here, they didn't say some residents over there, they didn't say if you've been living here at least 10 years or if you just moved here. Okay, all Louisiana residents. Okay, please share this with, if you have family members, friends, loved ones. I have some family in Louisiana. Okay, I'm definitely going to let them know about this as well. All Louisiana residents. Okay, basically what they're saying is, all Louisiana residents, stop whatever you're doing. Okay, we know you have this plan, you have that going on, you're doing this, you're doing that. They're basically saying stop what you're doing and quickly take steps to protect themselves, to protect yourselves after the data was breached. Your data was breached in an OMV cyber attack. Listen, y'all, according to a news release from GOHSEP, the Louisiana Office of Motor Vehicles is one of many government entities that was affected by the Move It data breach. Okay, now in part 1 of this video, I just talked to y'all about Move It. Okay, this must be some type of platform or application that the federal and state, I'm thinking federal government agencies, state governments, agencies use together to communicate information, house information. Okay, again, this platform is called Move It. Okay, this is what they're saying, y'all. Move It is a third-party data transfer service that sends large files, according to the governor's office. Okay, the third-party service is used across the world. Okay, so not just in the U.S. The third-party service is used across the world, and reports of the data breach have circulated across the country and across the world. This is not just a United States thing, y'all. This is happening all over the world. Why are they not telling us about this? Why isn't it the front page headline news? Or is it because they don't really want us to know what's going on? Is it because they don't really want us to know what's going on? And instead they want us to be distracted with this story, this is going on, this is going on. They don't really want to tell us. They don't really want to tell us what's really going on. Okay, listen, y'all. Now, according to this source, it says, again, we're speaking about the state of Louisiana. The cyber attackers have not contacted state government. Okay, however, GOSEPH encourages all Louisianans to take immediate steps to safeguard their identity. Okay, the OMV, Office of Motor Vehicles, article says, believes anyone with Louisiana driver's license or car registration likely had the following data exposed to cyber attackers. Now listen to all this, y'all. Okay, name, address, social security number, birth date, height, eye color, eye color, I just said that. Driver's license, vehicle registration information, handicap placard information. This just happened in Louisiana, y'all. Okay, that's why I say it's important to stay in tune, stay aware of what's happening in your local community, your state government. I'm not saying that this has happened. All I'm saying is pay attention, because again, this is a shared application among federal and state governments. Don't be surprised if your state, if an announcement is made about your state. Okay, again, right now I'm specifically talking about Louisiana. Okay, the Office of Motor Vehicles believes anyone, not just this person, that person, over here, over there, anyone. The OMV believes anyone with a Louisiana driver's license or car registration likely had the following data exposed to cyber attackers. Okay, I'm gonna read it again, y'all. Name, address, social security number, birth date, height, eye color, driver's license number, vehicle registration, handicap placard information. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 key pieces of very important information exposed in this alleged data breach. Okay, now they're also saying the following recommendations were provided by GOHSEP to Louisiana residents to take immediately. All right, hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me see. Okay, they're saying prevent unauthorized new account openings or loans and monitor your credit. They give information for Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. They are also saying they're advising residents of Louisiana to please also request and review your credit report from these agencies to look for suspicious activity. They're also encouraging Louisianans to change all passwords, protect your tax refund and returns with the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, check your Social Security benefits, and report suspected identity theft. Okay. Says the state of Louisiana will be issuing additional information in the coming days. Additional tips on protecting your data and identity can be found at nextsteps.la.gov. Okay. And they're actually, the article says they're going to hold a news conference at 10:30 a.m. Today on Friday. Okay, regarding the breach. Okay, so that's news out of Louisiana. You all please let me know your thoughts on that as well. Okay. There was another incident I saw involving hospitals, and I'll close out with that one. Give me just a minute, y'all. Let me see. Thank you all so much for your patience. I'm just going back to my story here. You all let me know. This is very concerning. There are some people who, they keep up with this type of news, and you may say, well, Andrea, they told us a while ago that, this would be coming. This is not anything that should be a shock. A lot of times, and this, you may feel like this, or maybe other people, you may feel like, oh, well, this is happening all around, or this is happening in other areas. It may not necessarily affect, you may say this to yourself, it's happening in other areas. It may not necessarily affect you or affect me. But all it takes is a situation that appears to hit close to home, and it have you thinking like, okay, could the state I live in be next? Like, what's really happening? I want to talk about hospitals. Just a moment, y'all. Y'all, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, like this video, please share this video, because I feel like all of us should know what's going on. What if they come out with an announcement, y'all, and they say all Americans need to take steps to protect their data? Okay. These are the things that, and again, I'm not sharing this with you for you to be afraid or scared. But again, y'all, I want to make you aware of what's going on so that you can make a plan to provide for you and yourself and your family. Okay. Cyber attacks. Okay, this was a story published earlier this month. This was last month. Okay, it's June. This happened last month. Cyber attacks on healthcare are increasing inside one hospital's fight to recover. Okay. Let me see. Actually, wait. No, this isn't the one that I wanted to refer to. The article that I was looking at was talking about a hospital in Illinois. So that's the one I want to share with you. Just a moment, y'all. And now, hey, as more people start to kind of, get hip to what's going on, we know sometimes they take away the news sources for whatever reason, okay? Okay, here's one right here. This article was published yesterday. Illinois hospital links closing to ransomware attack, okay? This story was published yesterday, June 15th, and it's out of Spring Valley, Illinois, okay? The article says an Illinois hospital will close its doors this week due in part. Now listen, okay, I don't want to just read this. I want you to get an understanding of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a hospital having to close due to a cyber attack. Think about that for just a minute, y'all. I don't think I have to sit here and explain how important and beneficial hospitals are to our community, right? Now, going back to talking about being prepared in emergency situations, I shared with you all hospitals are, and I wasn't even talking about hospitals closing. I was talking about the fact that hospitals were becoming so overwhelmed, helping sick patients in critical need. Hospitals were short-staffed, whether it be nurses, doctors, all kind of incidents breaking out in communities. There are only so many ambulances or so many resources that they can deploy to help in, crisis situations. I shared with you all that, it may come a time where you have to be your own medical provider at home, and how important it was to have first aid supplies. I shared with you all that I even have an ambulance grade medical kit with some of the same not all, but some of the same tools, supplies, medical devices, medical needs that they have in the ambulance, okay? So again, I'm not trying to scare you with this story, but I want to make you aware of just how important it is to have these things at home, especially if you live in a community where either it's a high populated area, or if you live in a rural community where you may be miles and miles away from the nearest hospital. If something were to happen, God forbid, you want to be able to still render aid, the appropriate aid, until the medical personnel are able to arrive. But listen, so I'm saying all that to get you to thinking of, I'm reading a story where, a true story, okay, you can look this up as well. This is a hospital in Illinois having to close due to what they're saying was a cyber attack from 2 years prior, okay? They're saying the reason why we had to close is because of a cyber attack 2 years prior. Think about how devastating a hospital closure is to a community, okay? But let me keep reading. I just want to get you, I don't want to just read it. I want to paint a picture in your head of how critical and how significant this story is, okay? And why we all should be concerned. I'm gonna start over, y'all. An Illinois hospital will close its doors this week due in part to a cyber attack 2 years ago, which analysts say makes it the first hospital to publicly link criminal hackers to its closure, okay? Listen, y'all, this is the name of the hospital. You can go and look it up. St. Margaret's Health in Spring Valley. St. Margaret's Health in Spring Valley, Illinois, okay, fell victim to a cyber attack in 2021. So remember when I was just about to read the article, that was that one, okay? It was unable to submit claims. This is what happened, y'all, okay? Why did it close? It was unable to submit claims to insurers, Medicare or Medicaid for months, which led to a financial spiral, okay? Now, St. Margaret's will close its doors on Friday, okay? Again, this is something that happened 2 years prior. due to what they're saying is not being able to submit claims to insurers, Medicare or Medicaid for months, led to a financial spiral. They're having to close their doors actually today. Today is what, Friday, June 16th. The chair of the hospital's parent organization, S&P Health, said the cyber attack, coupled with being a rural, okay, I just said that, coupled with being a rural hospital with staffing shortages, was too much for it to overcome. She was quoted as saying, and I quote, rural hospitals have been struggling throughout the nation and many have already closed. It has become impossible, she said, and I quote, to sustain our ministry. This saddens us greatly. Okay. Ransomware attacks on hospitals aren't uncommon. The article says federal data shows attacks have been on the rise, with nearly 300 targeted in 2022. However, none of them have shuttered as a result of the attack until now. Okay. When hospitals are hit with ransomware attacks, they often have to scramble to find ways to suddenly work without the computer systems that have been indispensable in modern healthcare. Remember I said, y'all, as technology advances, we're moving away from systems that were previously used in the beginning to now totally, it seems like, relying on digital records, technology, all of that. What happens when, because again, it's still, there's still room for error. What happens when the system shut down? What are the backups? Okay, who should be accountable for making sure that should something like this, again, God forbid, happen, that the hospital can still operate using an alternate method? Okay, it's very concerning that a hospital would have to shut down due to a cyber attack. But again, y'all, we should be asking a lot of questions, especially as our society is moving more and more towards technology, like I said, through artificial intelligence. We need accountability. We need greater accountability, greater transparency. You add to the list, okay? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is a very serious story, I feel like, so much so it has the potential to affect us all. And I wanted you to know about this, okay? So that's all I wanted to share. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, this is part 2. The first video cut off because my storage was full in my phone. Make sure you watch both parts from beginning to the end, okay? And make sure you leave a comment under each video and let me know your thoughts, okay? Please, so what are some solutions, Andrea? Unfortunately, a lot of this seems to be out of our control. We know that when we use, certain services, our records, when we sign off on the paperwork, we're in many ways agreeing for, them to store our information. In some cases, you'll find that they even have language in the paperwork that says they're not, liable for any type of, I guess maybe theft of information. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes that language is in there, so they're not held liable. One thing that I thought about was, should we use less? I don't want to say use less of the internet, but I think it all gives us a chance to reflect on how we use online services. Now, in the case of the residents in Louisiana, okay, they have a driver's license, those are common things that are required, right? So it's not much that, what am I trying to say? It's not much that can be, it's really out of our control as far as how the records are kept. But what I was thinking about was, okay, what about in the case of, like, for example, online banking? Is it a good idea? Yes, online banking is convenient, but by banking online, okay, by having mobile banking, having that online account, are we opening ourselves up to being susceptible to some type of online attack? So again, y'all, that's why I said we're not able to control everything, but let's focus on what we can control. I think this should be a I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but I'll say that this news should be an opportunity to reflect on, just how secure our information is, You can do your research, put the different systems in place to alert you if there's some type of unusual activity on your credit, or whatever it may be. Even on your if you use mobile banking, you can, or online banking, you can get alerts and things like that. But again, I think it's an opportunity for us to reflect on the services that we do use, or that we choose to use online, whether they're online or not, and just how safe and secure that information is. Okay, I hope I've shared something with you that's helpful and beneficial. Again, this is an example of how things are happening all around us every day, and we're not always told the truth about them, or told. Not only are we not told the truth, but sometimes we're not even told at all. Okay, how many of you watching this video right now knew that this was happening? You can get on the internet now if you like and do your research. So that's all I wanted to share. Okay, I have a very busy day ahead. I want to say thank you again for supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Please make sure you watch part 1 and part 2 in its entirety, and make sure you leave some comments below. Okay, I want to know your thoughts. And thank you again for supporting the channel here on Andrea Speaks TV.